As Taha mentioned earlier, we now have this section over here in the nav panel, which shows your virtual me's. So right now we just have the one for my account, which is Ryan. But you can imagine if you have multiple virtual me's, they would all show up here in this list with the profile picture and then the virtual me's name. So you can click knowledge, and then you'll see the different documents that make up your virtual me's knowledge here. So I just have these two, but of course you could imagine maybe for Drodio there would be hundreds of documents here. We're also planning to add a conversations tab below the knowledge tab here, but we just don't have that yet. So that's not showing up in the UI yet. In this knowledge panel here, you can see I have the profile picture of my virtual me's name, a link to go to chat with the virtual me. So you just click this and then it'll take you to the chat with the virtual me. I'll go back here. This is where you would see the areas of expertise, but like Taha and Parker just mentioned, there's a little bit of a bug going on right now, so you won't see it. But later today, probably in an hour or two, it should show up for you on the dashboard here. One of the biggest problems that users have had so far is that they don't have the ability to easily upload more content to their virtual me. So whatever they add in the onboarding step is kind of it for now, but we've added the functionality to let them upload more content. So you can click this button here and this modal pops up, and just like the onboarding step, you can choose files or some text here. So I'm actually just going to go to my little website here and copy that, and then I will add that. And then just like the onboarding, you see the text or the file that you've uploaded, kind of the status of the upload here on the right. And then once it's done, it should all turn green, and we'll be able to exit the modal. There we go. Okay, so we're done with that. And it says your files have uploaded successfully. And then you can close this modal and it will show up in my knowledge below. Also just wanted to show kind of the fail state. So I have this file here, which is going to fail on purpose because it's a little bit of a corrupted PDF. And I'll just show what that looks like and then talk about kind of what we're going to implement as the next step. So this might take a second or two because it's 50 megabytes. Essentially what you're going to see here is that we don't show that this content uploaded here in this progress bar because it fails. It'll show a failed message, which we're going to kind of update the copy on that. And then we will be adding a click to retry button, which will just run the process again to try to upload the file one more time. If it's not an issue with the file and it's actually something with the network or something like that, that's when the retry button is helpful. But if it's a corrupted file like this one, it's going to fail every time. So, but we just want to give the users the ability to try one more time in case it's a network issue or something like that. If this takes any longer, okay, there we go, cool. So yeah, it'll say failed, and we're actually going to update the copy to say, I can't remember exactly what the new copy will be, but it won't just be failed. And then we'll have the retry button below, and then you can retry it and all that. All right, so we're done with this, and I'll close that tab, and then you can see here's the web app content that I just uploaded. Ryan Fritsch, front-end developer, blah, blah, blah. I'll click this and I'll go into the detailed view. And this looks pretty similar to the previous reports. We have the file name, or if it's just text, it'll say web app content, the date that I uploaded it. And then here's the privacy toggle. So I can choose if I want this document to be public or private by toggling it like that. And it actually makes a request to the backend to kind of set the privacy for this. And Parker and Taha, correct me if I'm wrong, this pretty much sets if this virtual me will respond with this knowledge. Is that correct? Okay, cool.
If it's, yeah, basically, if it's set to private, it will still use that knowledge if you're the one asking. So it'll check your username. Otherwise, nobody else will be able to access it. Yep.
Okay, perfect. So for this one, because it's my website, I'll just leave it as public information. And then if I uploaded something incorrectly or whatever, kind of like Taha showed earlier, I could just delete this and it'll do the same process. Click delete, it'll delete it. And then it should disappear from the table of